how I judge like the best of the best. I made that statement and I needed to correct that. And I did say that my subscribers are the best of the best, and it is because we seem to be at a level where we can communicate effectively without being offensive towards each other. We can sort of have different points of view, but find a way of having that conversation. But when I view like, oh, my perceived enemies, or people that are bashing me or harassing me, I still think that they're the best of the best. Humanity of all sides, as far as I'm concerned, are the best of the best because they're part of me. We are this oneness. And when I judge other people to be angry or hateful, what I know is, well, what if I put myself in their shoes and I was as hateful and angry and revengeful, what would make me be in their shoes? Um, that's how the saying is, don't judge another person until you walk a mile in their shoes. It's like if we were all equal, which I believe we are, and that's a completely different concept than anybody I think can wrap their brains around, but I do think personally we are all born equally. We're all human, and what keeps us alive is all the same. So when I go and judge somebody else and their behavior, I look at, well, what would make me act like that? What needs to happen in my life that would make me react exactly the same way? If I'm really, really angry and vengeful about something, then something in my past, really was hurtful that I want to stop something. It's like you've got this big anger rage that you need to fix something. And when you're in that state, it's like then you see everything is being the same. Somebody could be a nice person, but all you'll see is something hateful about a nice person. And the only way I ended up seeing that is when I went through a hell of a lot of abuse. And then I seen how corrupt the system was. And it was like, yeah, look at my videos. I had a big, long hate list. I friggin' hated the whole planet. I hated every human being on the planet because it was everybody. It's our whole complete system. It's the medical. It's the non-profits are the worst. Government systems, economic systems. Every way we perceive our world is sustaining everything that personally did me harm. So, and yeah, it's like you got to stop these people. But it's like one person can't stop the whole friggin' world. And at the same time, when I was angry, that's all I was seeing is things that would confirm my reasoning to stay in that anger. And it got me nowhere. It didn't give me the intelligence to be able to communicate effectively, for one thing. Nobody can understood a word I was saying. I was too friggin' angry. And anger definitely has a cause. Everything is causal. And then you start getting judged as, oh, you have an anger management problem. And it's like, no, I have a damn good reason to be angry. And, what person on this planet wouldn't be angry if something really horrible happened to you? I mean, if you, loved your children and somebody killed your child, would that not make you angry? I question anybody who doesn't get angry when something really, really wrong is going on in our world. It's almost like you're completely detached from, human life to not be angry. I think anger, for one thing, is sort of like it's a sign of healthiness. But it also is something that will get you into trouble at all times, especially within this world that we're judging everybody. You're going to see anybody that's angry and at war to be somebody that's wrong. And so it really, really did mean for me that I needed to calm down and try and see the good stuff in people, which I do. Even these people that are harassing me, I do see good things in them. Every single person that is angry is obviously got a reason to be angry, which I don't personally think that anything I'm saying is the cause of that anger. I think they've been angry way before I came into the picture. And maybe some of the things I'm saying is upsetting, but that's because everything I'm saying goes against what everybody happens to believe to be true. And that's going to be offensive. And I apologize for that, but do we want to get out, jump out of the system, jump out of everything we believe to be true and jump into something that actually works for us? So it is a hard pill. It is a hard conversation to have without offending anybody. But if you're going to go against everybody's belief systems, it's going to feel a little hurtful. And I don't mean anybody any harm. I don't mean to hurt anybody, even my enemies, even my abusive ex-husband. I don't mean him any harm. I see where he's coming from too. His parents told him he was no good all the time, so he acted exactly the way his parents taught him to act. Trying to get him to be more responsible and accountable was probably me appearing to him like I was really critical of him all the time. It's really, really hard to learn how to communicate with people, to behave in a way that actually benefits your life and my life and everybody's life. I haven't figured that one out yet. Otherwise, I'd have no perceived enemies. I wouldn't have anybody against what I'm saying if I knew how to communicate effectively. Clearly, I suck, which is, I've been saying for most of my videos, I'm doing YouTube just so I can improve on my own personal communication skills, which doesn't mean that there's any part of what I believe is false. I've done more than enough research that convinces me beyond doubt what I've found out is true. So, but the name bashing doesn't convince me that I'm wrong. You have to actually come up with something logical to convince me that what I found out is actually wrong information. And I haven't seen that conversation come up yet. I've just seen a lot of people being very, very critical. So I do take it back when I say that the best of the best are on my channel. I do happen to think that there are really, really great people on my channel. They're very aware people, and I'm really, really grateful for that. But it isn't to say that everybody on the planet isn't good people. Even these elites, there's something good about them. It's just really, really, really hard to find something that's good about them. But I think they've gone into their own education system that they designed, which is designed to dumb you down, and they're using their own dumbed down system to think that they're geniuses. And one of the parts that, you'll always get into trouble when you think you're right all the time. The only way I end up knowing what I know is by saying, could be wrong. And open up to that conversation to figure out what is right and what is wrong. And I don't see any of these elites being able to say, oh, maybe I'm a little wrong. I don't see any politicians going, oh, I could be wrong. I don't see anybody that's a leader of any kind that's saying, well, I could be wrong. They're all saying, I'm right no matter what. And there's nobody that's right no matter what. Even me. I'm just looking for that conversation so that we can find truth, and I'm coming with some pretty deep sciences. That isn't voodoo science at all. It's actually science that everybody uses day in and day out. It's just some of our sciences aren't complete, and a lot of our science has a lot of contradictions, and when you take out all of these the contradictions out of science that you use every day, you end up seeing a completely different picture that we as humans need to have that conversation. And we need to wake up and wake up fast, because everything's about to crash. You need food, you need water, and you need a flow, you need transportation to get that to your home. And all those systems are about to crash. You ain't got much time. So, and even the internet, how we're going to communicate this is going to die. You won't even be able to afford it, so it doesn't matter whether they're going to censor it. Censorship is like the last thing you need to worry about. It's because your power is going to get shut off. How are you even going to get the internet? If you have no power to plug anything in, everything is crashing, and we need to wake up to that and not perceive everybody as being an enemy, just as we need to gain a lot of information. I just wish WikiLeaks would pour out things a lot faster than what they are, because soon they won't have any time, and they don't see that yet. Just my thoughts. Could be wrong. Peace out.